Hi everybody, welcome back to Can You Put Me on Guest List. I'm Katie Knight and this week my guest is Andy Stanton. I really enjoyed hearing about Andy's story because he's worked so hard to get to where he is today, and it just goes to show that lots of hard work really does pay off. Andy was a marketing manager for a property firm in London, and at the same time loved a good party, like we all do. And eventually his passion for branding and communication and for dance music led him to create his own event brand called 33 that started 3 years ago in London. After 3 years of very hard work, the brand now has its own residency at Itaca in Ibiza and is also held in many different venues in the UK.
If you want to achieve something in life, write it down on a post-it note, stick it on your wall, look at it every day, and you'll make it happen.
Yeah.
As long as you firmly believe that's something that you want to do and achieve in life, then you can do it.
In this podcast, we talk about Andy's journey, how he came about the residency in Ibiza, the challenges he's come across when throwing parties in London and here in Ibiza, his biggest achievements yet, advice for people starting their own brand, and much more. This was such a positive chat with someone that's just so passionate about what he does. So I really hope you enjoy it, and hopefully it inspires you to also follow your dreams, believe in yourself, and just work really hard, because if you do, eventually you'll definitely get there. I hope you enjoy it. This is Andy Stanton on Can You Put Me on Guest List. Andy, hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I had to think about that one.
I did. I'm all good. How are you?
I'm good. Finally, it's Friday. It's been a long week, so yeah, I'm good. I'm excited for the weekend. I know you've got a big weekend coming up as well.
Yeah.
You're a brand. So I just wanted to start off the podcast. I kind of start it off each episode with a bit of an introduction of where you're from.
Yeah.
What you do.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about the rest after. So just kind of give us a little bit of an introduction first.
Lovely. So my name's Andy. I'm from London. Mm-hmm. I'm a raver. And I'm also an event owner. I run a brand called 33. Been running it for about 3 years now.
Okay.
Started off our journey in London on a little boat party, and now 3 years in, we're now throwing some big events in Ibiza. So
nice.
yeah.
So when was your first contact with dance music?
With dance music. It's actually funny you say that. I was talking about this the other day, and I think the first ever time I went to a dance music event, like a rave, was about 8 or 9 years ago.
Okay.
And it was actually at Egg in London. Somewhere that I've been a lot over the last few years, because it's very close to my home, back at home in London. But I had a big break in between that. I ended up getting into a different type of music, like R&B and stuff like that. I was one of them guys on the tables and the bottles.
A bit of R&B.
Yeah, I like to mix out once in a while.
Yeah.
And then when I was doing my MA in London, one of my good friends from Canada, who's been into the house scene for a very long time, took me back into the scene again. So I went to Ministry of Sound to see Charmy. And that's got me and all the boys back into it again. And then we would literally go out every weekend. We'd always go to the R&B nights, but we'd always end up at Egg until 8 in the morning, literally leaving the clubs in our shirts with the sun shining. I was like, we love this so much. So yeah, that's how we got back into the house scene, really.
So at this time when you were getting back into it and you were going out, obviously you weren't working in the industry. What were you doing?
I was a marketing manager for a property firm in London.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd been studying marketing throughout university. That's where my passion for branding and communication came from. I started off in the insurance side of property, and then that further developed into a managerial role for a vacant property specialist in London. Uh-huh. So I was, very much leading the marketing team there. Built the whole brand for that company, and I was doing that, but still going raving every weekend, struggling on the Monday and a 9 to 5.
Oh yeah, definitely. So when did you start the brand then? Like how did it all come about?
So I was quite fortunate when I worked at the property company I was at. I was actually in the desk next to my best friend, who we used to go out partying with every weekend.
Oh, it sounded like you had a great time.
It was a good time, to be honest. We'd literally be sitting there every day talking about
what
events. Yeah, literally what events we're going to next. I think me and Mike, who's my business partner now for 33, we always wanted to start our own company. Mm-hmm. We always had these ideas and all these chats, and we were like, we need to do something for ourselves one day. And our boss used to speak about these parties that he used to throw on boats, and he kind of gave us an idea that why don't we just throw a party one day? We go to these events every weekend. You know, when you go to the same events, you see the same people, and you build up such a network in the scene that we thought, you know what, we've got to do this, throw a party. We know enough people. Let's give it a go. And that's kind of where it all come from. It was very spontaneous.
So the first boat event, was that in London?
It was in London on the Thames, yeah.
Yeah. Who did you have playing?
So we had a good friend of mine called Azad, who was someone that I went to college with, and I always used to remember seeing him drop little videos on Facebook and Instagram of him DJing at the after parties. I was like, he's the only DJ that I knew at the time. He had never even played out before, so it was actually one of his first ever, probably his first ever gig actually.
Oh, cool.
And we had another artist there who's also our resident today as well, called Late Replies, who you met the other day.
Yes, I did. Very
DCT.
nice, yeah.
Good lads. So Azad actually had introduced me to these guys who were also starting to DJ at the time. I think they've only played 1 or 2 gigs out before. So he introduced me to the boys, and I went and met them that weekend at Studio 338 at Elro, and literally got on with them so well. I was like, boys, you've got to come and play for our boat party next week. I don't even know you, but come and play. And that was it.
But at this point, obviously, it wasn't 33. It was just an event.
No, it was.
Oh, it
yeah,
was from that first one. It was 33.
Yeah.
And then what happened next? How did your next event come around?
So obviously the first one was on the boat, and we thought it was really good idea for our first party to do something quite different, because not a lot of the people had been on a boat party before. It was even I think it was my first ever boat party as well, so we wanted to do something which was quite different.
I get so dizzy on boat parties. I can't do it.
Raving, dancing around, swaying up and down.
Sun. I'm like, oh no, I don't think I've been on one for quite a while now. I really like the idea of it, but I just can't. I'm always just feeling so ill. I'm always the one that sits in the corner.
One in the corner, dropping a seasickness tablet.
So what happened next?
So we thought, we've got to get ourselves into a venue now. So we were looking for somewhere quite a small capacity, quite intimate, that we thought we could bring all of our guests to, and thought, okay, let's get something going there. So we found a little venue in Camden, and we thought, let's go out with a bang. Let's really try and press the scene. Let's try and do something different. So we approached the headliner, and we actually approached a good friend of ours at the time, still is, GW Harrison.
Oh,
one of the Abode residents. And I just remember quite a funny story. We actually approached their agency, and because we were quite a new brand, they were like, look, he's thriving at the moment. I don't feel like he suits a new party at the moment, but me and Mike had been following him for so long at Abode and all the events. He was actually so good to us. He actually told his agency, do you know what, these boys have supported me so much.
Oh,
and
that's
we played
so
for them,
sweet.
which was really nice of him. And then, so we had him as a special guest. It done really well. And we ended up selling out that party, with
Amazing.
200 people, which was really good. So,
And then tell me how then you got here to Ibiza.
So ever since first ever came to Ibiza, was it 7 years ago, we literally fell in love with the place. So me and all the boys were like, we've got to live here. We've got to throw parties here. It's the dream. So 3 years ago, when we threw our first ever party on the island, the way that came about was me and Mike found some cheap flights in May time, just when the season had started, when they did the Ushuaia opening party for Ants, early May. We're like, let's find some 100 quid return flights, come out here and chat to every venue possible. So we was literally walking through San Antonio, and we saw Itaca, which is one of the beach clubs on the front. We walked in there and we just approached the owner, and we was like, we'll throw a party in London, this is who we are, and we'd love to maybe one day get a little date in here. And he admired us approaching him, and he said, you know what, we've got a date in August, which is around our first birthday time, and he let us come over. So we ended up flying all the residents over. We had about 100 of our friends come over to support us that day, and we did a day party in San An, just a one-off. But it was so special to us to be able to throw an event in such a place, which is...
It's so nice that there's people like that in the industry that do just give opportunities like that as well, because they could, the owner could have easily have just been like, no, we've already got everything booked, and that's you need people like that in this industry. Otherwise, it would always just... What was that? Oh, we're just outside, sat around the pool. It was one of them floaties.
From Elro.
The Elro floating.
Did it hit me in the head? Because I felt it.
Did it hit you on the head?
No, but I felt a wind. I thought someone blew the back of my head.
So it's nice that there are people like that do give these kind of opportunities.
Definitely.
So you did one there.
Done one there.
And then you're doing it, it's the same place tomorrow?
Yes. So, the second year, which was last year, we done 3 or 4 parties and a boat party in Ibiza. proper one now. I'm going to try and get you on one day. And yeah, this year we've got 6 parties in Itaca. We've already done 2. Tomorrow is our 3rd one, so the halfway point, and we've got a massive special guest come in.
Oh, I know who it is.
You know who it is.
Well, by the time this podcast is out, you've already done the event, so you can.
So like I say, it is, yeah, obviously it's Mason Collective, who are someone that we admire at the moment. The things that they're doing in the scene is amazing. They've kind of taken that fashionable route, which a lot of DJs and artists are. Like you've got like the Loco Dices and the Bros and Peggy, who are all like fashion icons, aren't they?
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
They're 3 boys that we've looked at. I've watched for about a couple of years now, see them flourish in the scene. Started as promoters as well, and now they're obviously just doing amazing bits in the scene at the moment. So yeah, it's good to have them boys on board with us.
Yeah. So I would love to know why it's called 33.
Why it's called 33?
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
I do want to know. Yeah. I have no idea why.
I still want to know why it's called 33.
I don't know either.
So, have you ever seen like numbers constantly appear in your life? Like, you know, a lot of people see 11. Do you see 11?
All the time.
All the time.
Happened to me this morning.
Did it?
Yep.
So many people say this to me.
Like all the time it happens to me.
Yeah. Are you quite a spiritual person, would you say?
I am, but I've read so many different theories about it, so I'm kind of just like, I don't really know.
Don't really know.
But do you know what? I go through like times, like there'll be times it happens to me loads, and then it won't happen to me for like quite a few months. And it's only been the last couple of weeks where stuff like this keeps happening to me. And it's not only numbers. I keep thinking about people or things, and then it happens. But like literally like 20 or 30 minutes after.
That's the law of attraction working its magic.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah. So
Maybe I'm a witch.
I started to think I was Jesus. Literally. Well, Jesus was resurrected at 33, so there's a lot of weird things with this number. But so I started seeing the number 33 maybe like 6 years ago when I went to uni. And it was just like, this is weird. And I didn't understand it at all. I just forgot about it. And then I told one of my friends, and then he started seeing it all the time. And then I told Mike, or I'm 33 with, and then he started seeing it all the time. I was like, this is weird now.
Really?
And then I started to do research on it, and I started to understand that it's a very spiritual number, has a lot of meaning. And also a lot of other people have the same thing with the number. I think they say it's an angel number.
Oh, really?
And it's an angel showing you constant signs that you're going in the right direction in life, etc.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
it's
so
nice.
there is a lot of...
comforting.
It is, yeah. And we're obviously trying to embed that a lot into the brand. So yeah, it is called that because of that reason, because I kept saying it, but it's actually really developed into something special because with the 33 brand, people have a lot of connections with that number in the world in general, and then the way we market ourselves, and we constantly say we always see the number 33 is actually kind of triggered into everyone else now. So we're constantly getting tags on social media like, oh, I keep seeing 33 all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's, yeah, it's really helping us just spread the brand message across to everyone.
3 is actually my favourite number. It's my lucky number. Just a 3. But
Just
then
a
if
3.
I ever had to like choose any other 2-digit number, I would always say 33.
There you go. It's meant to be this, isn't it?
I know it is. I love it. It's great. Tell me a little bit about the 33 residents. Not that there's 33 residents. The 33.
All right. So we've got 3 residents, late replies, 91, another 2 numbers. Yeah. I love numbers, as you can tell.
Love them.
And Carter, all really good friends of ours. We're literally like one big family because they've all been with us from the start. So yeah, late replies are the ones that I said that played that boat party. So I had originally met them just through a friend, and now they've just developed into just 2 of my brothers. They're really energetic, positive lads doing amazing productions at the moment. Just hit number 1 on Beatport for their EP with Under No Illusion, Otravez, which is an amazing achievement for them. So we're so buzzing for them. The 91 boys, Kwame and Martin, they're coming out tomorrow night for the gig. Again, really good friends of ours. Had actually met them a few weeks after we started 33. I saw them play in Egg again. And yeah, they just dropped so much good music, and I saw their vibe and their character when they was on stage, and I was like, perfect. And because of the number thing as well, I was like, kind of suits what we're doing. And again, Carter was a friend of a friend through work, and me and Mike went to see him once playing in our friend's gaff, and we're just like, amazing music, perfect. And this was, we didn't really have a good understanding of music back then when we chose them, but we just felt that kind of gut feeling that they were perfect for us.
Yeah. You need to be doing an event at Studio 338.
I know we do. That's one of the long-term goals. That is it. 33 at 338.
Yeah, that sounds wicked.
I'm going to set that vision right now. It's on my vision board actually.
Is it?
It is. Yeah, I've got a vision board of all like the dream venues that we want to throw parties in.
Yeah. So are you managing the boys as well then?
I am. Yep.
So how are you finding, obviously, developing and growing a brand and at the same time managing 3 artists?
Yeah, it does take a lot of time and dedication, but just a lot of organisation is what's needed. I'm quite fortunate enough that I've got a really good team behind 33. So I've got Mike, who kind of has fallen into the role of all the design work for us. So he does all the branding and all the marketing and runs all the social media pages, etc. We've also recently brought in another person for the team called Jack. Shout outs to Jack.
Hey, hi Jack.
He builds all our websites and all of our app developments and stuff for us. And I've kind of fallen into the role of kind of looking after the guests and the artists. So I've kind of,
because that was actually one of my questions, because you said before that you actually come from a marketing background, and I was going to say how obviously that has been a huge help of all the knowledge that you do have of marketing, of growing a brand as well.
Definitely. No? Yeah, for sure. I think putting both of our heads together, me and Mike, of when we built the brand, we've really come up with a core message, of the 33 brand, how we want to portray ourselves. And I think ultimately we've now realised that 33 is us, because we love it so much, and the way we kind of portray what we want it to be and how we want everyone to kind of feel when they come to our party is really pushed out for all of our channels now. So I think everyone that is a part of the team does understand that. That messaging is being pushed out everywhere. But as time has gone on and kind of looked at our key strengths, I think we've all fallen into our own little job roles now. So I've definitely always been kind of out and about and always chit-chattering, can't shut me up. Love going out and meeting people. It's literally my passion, and I love.
Have to, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. Realise it's such a big part of this industry now. You have, if you're not at DC10 on a Wednesday, and you might miss up an opportunity to meet someone.
I remember when I started seeing my boyfriend, and he, all the time I was like, "Oh, you just want to stay in?" And he was like, "It's part of my job. Like, it's not I just want to party all the time. I actually have to go to these places and stay out and stay till the end." And it's such a huge part of this industry and like contacts and networking and stuff. Yeah,
for sure. I never really realised it until I moved out here, and then I thought, you know what, I've met so many amazing people, and a lot of our opportunities have come from meeting key people in the scene. So and I've made so many amazing good friends from it as well. I think I don't really know anyone that doesn't go raving or to parties anymore. So
that's nice. So how have you found, because obviously there are so many brands, there are so many parties, so many events, especially in London, and more here in Ibiza. What do you think have been like the biggest challenges for you when building 33 and growing the brand?
I think what you just said with London especially, there is so many parties. There's what you look on Resident Advisor on the weekend, and what event do you go to, which one do you want to, how do you differentiate yourself from everyone else? So we've always had a challenge of how do we get people to our party, for sure. But who doesn't love a challenge, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I believe that anything that you really want in life, you have to face challenges, and it's something that we've always wanted to achieve. So to face that, we've constantly ensured that our social media channels are putting out the best content. We're really differentiating ourselves with the artists that we book. And always we've got a kind of USP where we always try and pick a venue which no one's ever been to before. I think everyone's always in awe when they go to somewhere new, don't you think? So if you
that's
go to,
a really good idea.
So we've always, especially in London, we've always tried to find spaces that we think, okay, do you know what? I know a lot of people that have never been to this venue before. Let's throw a party there. Let's bring the 33 brand to there, and people love going to doing something new, don't they? So that's been
And how have you found it here in Ibiza? Because obviously this is like our high season now, and there's so many parties going on every single day. How have you found, obviously there's a lot of competition for you. How have you found that and dealing with that?
Yeah, you come to Ibiza and there's a party on every day, every night.
It is like every hour of the day there's something happening.
Yeah,
like
literally.
You could just party for 24 hours for 6 months.
100%.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else like it in the world. So obviously this is where we want to be. It's always been our passion and our goal to have a residency in Ibiza. But it has been a big challenge, but the way we've kind of tried to counteract any of that is we've stuck with the same venue for the last 3 years. I think if you look at all the biggest parties, people in the industry, especially out here, they all have a home, don't they?
Yeah.
So Paradise is obviously at DC10.
Yeah.
Obviously Musicon was at Amnesia, and everyone know that obviously now they've moved to Pasha, and all the other parties as well. So obviously we've tried to keep a little home so people recognise 33.
Yeah.
So the home that we're at the moment. I think one thing that we've done, which I think has really helped us, is we've done free parties. So they're all free to come in. I think that's allowed us to have the opportunity of not only the footfall for people to come into the party and kind of capture them on the spot, but also they might not have ever seen us before, and we're competing with some of the biggest parties in the world. So if someone doesn't have to potentially stick €60 down on a ticket, they can come through to us and have a good night, and we might capture them in the future for when we obviously come back next year, or if we capture them in their hometown back in the UK or somewhere else in Europe.
I do think actually what you said is just really interesting about parties on the island having their own home, because it's true, you kind of associate the parties also with the club, don't you? And I think that's nice because it kind of makes a brand into one. So it was very, like, as you just said, it was very strange when Musicon was at Amnesia and then it moved to Passion. It was like, it's not the same.
It's not
home anymore. And to be honest, I haven't been.
Have you not?
No, I haven't checked out, and I have heard really good things about it. But I do think it can be quite confusing for people because people just do associate. Well, okay, DC10. I could never imagine Paradise anywhere else than DC10.
No,
could you?
No.
So I think that's a good move actually, and maybe it's quite interesting to see that you said that in London it's quite cool to do it in different venues every time because people want to try something different. Whereas here, it's like you kind of just stick to one spot.
For sure.
So I never really thought of that before.
Yeah, a lot of people have said to me, Andy, find a home in London, find a home. But I've never had somewhere I thought this needs to be our home, and I've constantly been looking for it. Of course, you do have people like. Look how well Abode have done in London. They're pretty much the most established, biggest bands in the UK now, and they had 338.
Yeah.
And they were doing it constantly, and people obviously associated them with that, and it just helped them grow. But especially when you're an upcoming brand and you're trying to find somewhere, it is very difficult. And you've got some venues which do utilise like the 93 Easts in London and stuff as their home. But I kind of wanted to find somewhere which no one else had used, and London. There isn't that many venues in London anymore which suit our party. So I thought. It was only recently actually thought of this as well, about 6 months ago, and I was like, actually, let me kind of look at the biggest events in the industry, like you said, Paradise and Musicon, etc. And I was like, wait, they've all got homes in Ibiza, but then they do events in London, they do events in Europe, around the world. So I thought, do you know what? Let's find a home here, build up the home here. It's the party island, it's the hub, and then as we build up here, then it allows us to throw parties globally. Because I don't want to just be a London brand. I want to throw 33 across the world. And the good thing about I feel like with our brand is because it's a number 33. It's so universal as well. It's understandable wherever you are in the world. So,
have you found that anybody? And the only reason I say this is because obviously I work at the radio station, and when it comes to us recording like any adverts and jingles and stuff, sometimes we do it in English and sometimes we do it in Spanish. So has anybody ever come over to you and said 33?
They haven't, but I've said it to people before as well. Yeah, I need to learn it in every language. Definitely. I was thinking one day when we do throw parties everywhere in the world, we'd do a little Instagram and write what 33 means in that language, how to pronounce it, in that language.
It's a really cool idea. I like that. So what are obviously one of your biggest goals was having a residency here in Ibiza. What other goals do you have for the brand?
So the residency in Ibiza is the main goal for us. I think this is what we've always wanted since day one. But we've got some other massive goals, obviously in London, the Tobacco Docks, Printworks, the 338s. Would love to be a part of all the big major festivals in the world, the BPMs, even the hideouts, and just all the festivals that people go to across the world. Actually, my ultimate goal is to throw 33 on the moon.
Oh, cool! That would be cool. That would be really wicked.
And the reason I say it is because the goals are just constantly growing. I have the short-term goals, the long-term goals, and then that major one. They're just ultimate. Just keeps us trying to build the brand.
So what is coming up over the next few months until the end of the year?
So we've got obviously tomorrow, and then we've got 3 more parties in Ibiza. And then we've got the closing party at the end of September. Then we're going to head back into London. We've had the summer off in London. But then we're going to throw a party around Halloween time in Shoreditch, a venue called Rolling Stock, which is really cool. Very cool underground venue under nice little arches. And they've got a really good function one sound system there, so it's very intimate, very ravey, very dark. And then we do a little concept at the end of each year, which we're doing again on December the 28th, which is called 33 Invites.
Okay.
And we allow our residents to pick a DJ to come and back to back with them for 2 hours who they've never done it before, which is quite a cool concept. So it allows.
Sorry, did you say you've started this already? Or
yes.
So and how did it go?
So we done it last Christmas, and amazing. It was so good, and like we do a little reveal on the social media channel. So we do like little silhouettes, and be like, late replies have invited this little silhouette, and it allows everyone to try and guess who they've invited down. And then I think this year we might even not tell anyone beforehand, so you'll find out who they've invited on the night, which would be a nice little surprise as well.
Oh, that's cool. When you started the brand, did you ever think that you would be where you are at now?
Definitely not.
No,
not at all. I think when I first started, I never knew that I'd be living out in Ibiza, throwing parties out here and whatever we've been doing. But I think as time has gone on and as I've realised in life that when you set goals, you really work hard to achieve them, then anything is possible. So I'm very confident now, and we're in the direction we're going to go in, constantly ticking off all the things that we want to achieve, and I feel it's all going in the right direction.
What do you think is the biggest thing you've learnt so far on this journey?
Ooh.
That's quite putting a question on the spot, isn't it?
That is a big one. I think it kind of just reverts back to what I was saying. I think if you want to achieve something in life, write it down on a post-it note, stick it on your wall, look at it every day, and you'll make it happen. As long as you firmly believe that's something that you want to do and achieve in life, then you can do it. Because I feel like I'm doing it every day. I've got a little list on my phone with all my goals throughout the year, and I've realised that as long as I work hard, I'll find a way to achieve it. So definitely.
I love that. No, that's really good actually. Would you have any advice for anybody that is also just starting out and throwing their own parties or anything like that? Definitely do it. I think if you want to get into the scene, get out there, try and create a brand which is really meaningful to yourself. And the main bit of advice is just get out there and meet people and talk and share your brand with people. And remember that you are your brand and you're portraying your event that you're putting out there. And I think you just got to try and think of something different as well. What can you do which is unique? Because again, there is a lot of events in this scene. Why are they going to come to your party is something that you really need to think about. So what would you say have been your biggest achievements so far since you started? So there's one big achievement that I kind of thought from day one that I've always wanted to do was throw a party at obviously some of the biggest iconic clubs in the world. And January this year, we got approached by Fabric. I personally think is one of the best clubs in the world, obviously one of the most iconic clubs in the world. And they approached us to throw a party, and it was actually going to be in room 2 that night. And one of the main headliners couldn't make it into the country. They had a visa problem. Yes. I was like, yes. So I got messaged the day before, and they're like, we're gonna have to change the gig. And I was actually really scared. I was like, wait, change it to what? And they were like, we're just going to move 33 into room 1. And I was like, wait, you're going to move us into room 1 in Fabric? I was like, okay, thank you. So 2 of the residents, 91 and Carter, got to back for an hour and a half to close room 1 Fabric. We had an amazing lineup with like Della Sue and Cotero. Oh, wow.
Nasa Baker, so it was amazing. So I was so proud. I was in that booth looking, and it's like a spaceship in there, and you're just looking, and I was like, how have we done this? I was so happy. That literally was like my favourite moment so far in the journey. So,
do you think that's sometimes it's them moments where you just stop and you think it was all worth it in the end? Like that at the beginning must be so hard to build something, and it gets to that point you're like, this is why I'm doing it, right?
I can't even stop smiling thinking about it now. It was literally a movie moment, and me and all the boys just looked after, we all huddled and we hugged, we were like, what just happened?
That's amazing. That's really cool. And just to finish off, obviously the podcast is called Can You Put Me on Guest List, and I ask everyone if they could give a guest list rule. A guest list rule?
Yes.
What would yours be?
What would my guest list rule be? I've got quite a few, but what would my main one be? I'm going to say, don't ask the promoter to put you on guest list an hour before the party.
It's a very good one, yeah. Does that happen a lot?
All day, every day. Every day. Oh yeah, that's the main one for me.
Nice. Well, listen, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed this chat. It's really nice to talk to somebody that is like just working so hard, and you've obviously grown so quickly in the last 3 years. So congratulations on that, and just keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, I'm excited for you guys and just to see what's going to happen next.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, Katie.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend.